Good afternoon, this is Roger Guy of Chapter7Attorneys.com. I'm a practicing bankruptcy here in Atlanta, and I wanted to talk about a frequent topic that usually comes up in the context of Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and that's the issue of student loans and whether you can actually discharge or wipe out student loans. The long and short answer is that it's very difficult. The legal standard is whether there's going to be an undue hardship imposed on the client, on the debtor, if the student loan is not discharged. And in one of the rare cases that recently came out in November of last year in the Cluse decision out of Nebraska, the court did allow the client to discharge and wipe out those debts, and they allowed it for a number of reasons, but the facts really have to be paid attention to in this particular case. In the Cluse case, you had a debtor, a client who was approximately 45 years old, and who owed approximately $84,000 or $85,000, $84,799 in student loan debts. The total household income that the Cluses had coming into the home each month was about $2,474 each month. But the actual household expenses were $2,639, so there was a negative cash flow each month. But the cash flow is not really what the court latched onto in making its decision. What was important to the court was the fact that the Cluses relied on charity. In fact, usually they were receiving approximately $100 a month in charity from their church. And in fact, times were so tough for the Cluses that they had to rely on their local food pantry. Now, one of the other factors that the court looked at in deciding to go ahead and grant this discharge of the student loans to Mrs. Cluse was the fact that in the future her income didn't appear like it was going to improve. Her future financial circumstances were not going to improve that much. And another important factor for Mrs. Cluse, and I would advise this for anybody who's seeking to discharge your student loans, would be that she had already entered into and failed, unfortunately, the William D. Ford Income Contingent Repayment Plan. And that's a specific plan if you are having trouble with your student loans and you think you want to go ahead and try to discharge them. It would be important for you in your Chapter 7 case to go ahead and be able to tell the court that you've already entered into the William D. Ford Income Contingent Repayment Plan, and that has not been successful, because that's just one of the factors that the court will look at in determining whether your student loan should be discharged or not. I hope that this short informational video on student loans and discharging student loans has been useful to you, but above all, just remember that it's an undue hardship standard that really applies in these cases. I have 11 metro offices in Atlanta to meet with you to answer any of your bankruptcy questions, or if you'd like to call me at 770-792-1000, feel free to call me, or visit us at Chapter 7, the number 7, attorneys.com. Thank you for your time.